meeting order and ask for roll call.
Junior. Here. Hilliard.
Here.
Leach. Here. Mennel. Newman.
Here.
Parrot. We have form.
If you join me in pledge of allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Any public comments? All right. The consent agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes, the regular meeting of November 4th, 2024, and the approval of the bills. If we could have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Junior. Yes. Hilliard.
Yes.
Leach.
Yes.
Newman.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. I have nothing tonight. Village clerk,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
village administrator.
I have a few things tonight, Your Honor. The first item is the recommendations for the Morton Fall Tourism Grant round for the fall. These were all due October 31st, and the applications were reviewed and recommendations made.
All right. If we have a motion.
Move to approve. Second.
Any
There-
questions? Go
There were
ahead.
requests for $48,000 in total, and we recommend $32,000 in grants. Most of these events are financially stable, so
Okay.
grants were reduced.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Newman.
Yes.
Leach.
Yes.
Hilliard.
Yes.
Lynn. Yes. Motion carries.
The next item tonight is building improvement grant recommendations from the Business District Commission. They reviewed applications from 2 property owners, or property renters and owners, I guess I should say. Main Street's Play Place is going in at Field Shopping Center at 2059 South Main. She has improvements for removing the existing bathrooms and replacing with ADA compliant restrooms, widening the doorways for ADA, repairing the bricks on the exterior, and new signage for a total of $18,397.86. And then the owners of 601 to 607 South Main have design work of $525, and then work on the exterior for removing existing concrete, excavating, pouring footings, bracing roofing, and resettling the roof, painting the exterior, removing the existing landscaping from an island, and replacing with rock and plantings. Their total cost for the improvements is $40,927.61.
All right. If we have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Hilliard.
Yes.
Newman.
Yes.
Junior. Yes. Leach.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And the last item I have tonight is the renewal of our property and liability insurance with ICRNT.
If we could have a motion.
So moved. Second.
This total premium is $552,001, which is an exactly $45,000 increase from the previous year. And along in the memo, I outlined that we're insuring $5.3 million more in buildings, $874,000 more in movable equipment, and then additional increases for liability, auto damage, work comp, and umbrella.
Any questions?
Were
Cool.
you expecting a greater increase than this?
Yes, I was. But they have, if you read the little like fine print, we've increased some of the deductibles
Yeah.
to kind of bring the price down. We do, should knock on wood, we do have a pretty good claim history where we haven't filed a lot of claims, so hopefully we won't get hit too hard with the deductibles. So, and I said actually it kind of clears up on the car, on the auto deductibles going from 2,000 up to 5,000, because there's a lot of times we have a claim for like $3,500, and you debate, do I file a claim, increase the rates because of that, or just pay it out of pocket? So
Yeah.
they did increase some of the deductibles to keep the cost down.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Call the roll.
Leach?
Yes.
Hilliard?
Yes.
Newman?
Yes.
Winger? Yes. Motion carries.
That's all I have.
Chief of Police,
Nothing tonight.
Corporation Counsel,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Director of Fire and Emergency Services,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
and Director of Public Works.
Several items tonight, Your Honor. First is item A. I'd like to ask for reconsideration of petition number 24-08ZA to rezone 411 South Main Street from R1 to R2.
Mr. Mayor, I would make that motion.
Second.
Okay, so we'll call the vote on this reconsideration.
Winger? Yes. Hilliard?
Yes.
Leach?
Yes.
Newman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Now-
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to amend the previous motion to put a timeline for completion of the work at 411 South Main, and that would be an 18-month time limit. Should the work not be completed by that time, it would revert back from R2 to R1.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments?
Just a question to council. When he says it would automatically revert back, do we have to do anything, or will it just go back to R1?
It would be my intention that we would not issue a certificate of occupancy or a zoning certificate until such time as all the preconditions are met. So it would be considered a contingent rezoning, so I would not anticipate further action of the board if the conditions are met.
Okay, thank you.
Just to let the board know that I've had conversation with our staff as well as conversation with the property owner, and explaining the procedures that needs to take place on her part. And she has had conversation a little bit with our staff and has the intention to meet with them so that they can explain everything in detail, and she goes forward that. She was offered various time frames, and she hopes to have the project completed within a year, but 18 months gives a little bit of a period in case there's something unforeseen that happens through the projects. I think we personally can attest that happens. So she is good with that 18 months, and she understands what needs to be done.
Okay. Any other comments?
Is 18 months not like a realistic amount of time? I guess the reason I say it is, in the future, when other people have, or businesses have requests, that I think it's good to give a time frame, but I want to make sure we're consistent with everybody based on the type of work that has to be done, that's all.
From a legal issue standpoint, this is a relatively unusual situation. So sometimes we'll have conditions on the award of a special use or zoning permit. And if those conditions aren't met, the request just expires automatically. We have deadlines within our code within which for action on those variants or a special use when awarded. With it being rezoning with conditions, it's relatively unusual to where I wouldn't anticipate this to be a recurrent scenario. As a reasonableness, I'd suggest that's a matter of policy, and if you're preferring a different time frame that felt more reasonable to you, that certainly would be a board prerogative, but I would suggest this is a pretty one-off type situation.
Okay, good enough.
Good question. Any other comments? Call the roll.
Winger?
Yes.
Hilliard?
Yes.
Leach?
Yes.
Newman?
Yes.
Amendment carries.
All right, next is item B. It's a resolution authorizing easement agreement with Toledo Peoria Western Railway Corp. for extension of a multi-use path.
We could have a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 2625.
Second.
Yeah, so if you read through that easement, the biggest part of this is the $30,000 one-time fee for the easement. This is the same as the one on Flint that we did previously. We attempted to negotiate that, but 30 was the number. We're also waiting on an order from the Illinois Commerce Commission, which we should get within the next couple weeks. And that would be one of the final things to allow this crossing in order for us to get this on a upcoming IDOT, this project, Detroit Avenue, on an upcoming IDOT bid letting. So with that, I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Any other questions?
So you think that you'll have this in time to let the contract or the bid out and then start the work?
The goal is to do this work next week. I discussed that with the Illinois Commerce Commission. So the goal would be to start it in the spring and finish by the end of next year. So I don't see an issue with that, and both are kind of working together.
We already have the one for Detroit Street. Any changes?
We have the one for Flint.
Flint, okay.
Yes.
The one for Flint
Yep,
Street, we
yep.
already have that.
So we're getting to the 9th hour
Right.
to where we'll have all three projects, Flint, Erie, Birchwood, and Detroit, all on the January letting, which would lead us up to a, March, April start on all those projects.
Okay.
Any other questions? Call the roll.
Newman,
Yes.
Blunier,
Yes.
Leach,
Yes.
Hilliard,
Yes.
motion carries.
Lastly, item C is a resolution authorizing change order with River City Demolition for removal of asbestos-containing material.
Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Yeah, so previously I brought to you AAA Asbestos with the goal from the beginning to use them on this project. We had worked with them to do the inspections. Upon opening the bid, River City Demolition, Josh there, asked if we would mind. He had no problem working with AAA. This would obviously ease the process for him. For us, it allowed us to get a known number, so a per foot cost as opposed to T&M with AAA. I have contacted AAA. They've done a lot of work for us. They're good with whatever decision we make. So I would like to move forward with this. Obviously, this will speed up the job too, of which they plan to start here within a week.
Any other questions? Call the roll.
Hilliard,
Yes.
Blunier,
Yes.
Newman,
Yes.
Leach.
Yes.
Motion carries.
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
Zoning and code?
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Village trustees, anyone have anything tonight? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.